Initially known as Volvo's performance department, Polestar is currently profiling itself as one of the leading brands in the EV segment. But unlike most rival companies that strictly focus on batteries and electric performance in general, this brand takes a little bit different, more comprehensive approach that is about to shape a completely new experience with electric vehicles. The Polestar 3 comes as the latest embodiment of that vision, as a model that could finally solidify this brand in the EV universe. Stay with us as we take a deep insight into the 2024 Polestar 3, a model that is going to redefine the electric SUV segment. After more than 2 decades in motorsports, Polestar completely changed the course in 2018 when it launched the first model under its badge, simply named one. That hybrid sports coupe just gave us a couple of hints of what we can expect from this company in the future. Soon after, the second model, named Polestar 2, came in the form of an all-electric compact executive car. Produced only in China, this small EV served mostly to help Polestar engineers to gain much-needed experience in the segment. And now, it's time for the big scene. It's time for the third model and the first SUV. It's time for a model that will also be produced in Volvo's new plant in South Carolina. So the United States, as one of the most important markets, won't be an export market anymore. The 2024 Polestar 3 benefits from various technology achievements gained by Volvo's parent company, Geely, and, as we've just mentioned, it will show off technologies that go way beyond battery performance. It will introduce some impressive safety technologies, including an advanced autonomous driving system. Finally, it will bring a design that leaves no trails that can lead you to the conclusion that this is a Volvo-based car. It is a model that could make a breakthrough and establish Polestar as a reputable player in the market. So let's check some of the key aspects of the vehicle. As usual, we will start with the most basic design characteristics of the car. As the name suggests, the Polestar 3 is the third model in the brand's history, but also the first SUV. Based on the company's latest SPA2 platform, it will represent the brand in the mid-size luxury SUV segment, and after just one look at the styling, it's clear it will differentiate from similarly sized Volvo cars a lot. The new design language incorporates different headlights design than before, while the most prominent details are those that accentuate the model's aggressive nature. Sharp front bumper, bold fender, and dramatic wheel arches are just some of them, while the sloping roof that ends with a massive spoiler also helps a lot in the mission called differentiating from a Volvo. In this case, that refers to the EX90, which will be the 3's closest relative. Polestar's SUV is also slightly smaller, despite the same 117.5 inches wheelbase. Shorter overhangs contribute to the 3's sporty appearance and make the vehicle nearly 5.5 inches shorter. At the same time, the 3 is notably lower and wider than the family-oriented EX90. The aspect where the Polestar 3 is really expected to stand out is the ride quality, because even the most basic versions will feature an advanced adaptive air suspension with a dual-chamber system and dampers that can rapidly adapt to road conditions. According to the officials, dampers can switch between comfort and firm setting every 2 milliseconds. Every 2024 Polestar 3 will come standard with a dual motor setup. Base versions will use a pair of electric motors that bring a total output of 489 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque, which will be enough to move this 5,700-pound heavy SUV from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Moreover, the company claims that, although a dual motor, this will be an RWD-biased drivetrain, which should positively affect the overall driving experience. For those who look for something peppier, the company will also offer a so-called performance pack. That version brings a slight power increase to 517 ponies, while the max torque goes up to 671 pound-feet. Logically, this model will be a little bit quicker, with the ability to hit 60 from a standstill in just 4.5 seconds. But the power upgrade won't be the only thing that comes with this package. It will also include high-performance Pirelli P0 tires, mounted on massive 22-inch wheels, and a few more exclusive styling details, including gold accents. In both versions, the top speed will be limited to 130 miles per hour, while the max towing capacity will go up to 3,500 pounds. Of course, all this power wouldn't mean much without a proper battery pack. And from what we know so far, both versions will use a 107 kilowatt-hour pack, which will ensure up to 300 miles in the standard model and around 270 miles with the performance pack. The range by itself won't help Polestar 3 stand out from the crowd, but the charging capabilities could. First of all, the charging rate goes up to quite a respectable 250 kilowatts. And the officials suggest that's enough to charge from 10 to 80% in less than 30 minutes. At home, you will need about 11 hours to recharge the battery completely. Still, keep in mind that these are still just estimations, and that the officials are yet to bring up the exact numbers. Besides the great charging speed, the Polestar 3 will also feature bi-directional charging, which means that this SUV will be able to charge other devices, including houses during blackouts. Also, keep in mind that these are the ratings for initial versions. Sooner or later, the company will probably come up with one or more new configurations, which might feature a bigger battery to provide a better range. Some sources even speculate about an entry-level single-motor variant at some point in the future. If you look at Polestar 1 and Polestar 2 models, they are indeed pretty great cars. But a few things were missing. One of them was the interior design, which wasn't unique enough. These two models were often criticized for their lack of exclusivity and for sharing too many parts with Volvo cars, especially on the inside. Well, that changes with the Polestar 3. For the first time, we can say that there is nothing in common with related Volvo models, which would be the EX90 in this case. Does it mean a radically different design approach? Not at all. Once again, we can see a typical Scandinavian simplicity, but this time executed in an even more impressive, more luxurious way. The dashboard is all about clean lines and simple shapes, which are complemented by a fine selection of materials and color schemes. Speaking of the materials, this cabin isn't just about the style, it also showcases the company's efforts to make the production sustainable. Bio-attributed microtech upholstery, animal welfare certified leather, and traceable wool are just some of the things that environment-conscious customers are going to appreciate. The practice of almost no physical controls continues, as most of the Polestar 3 controls are operated through a massive 14.5-inch infotainment screen with a Google-based interface that has everything you could ask from an infotainment system. Additionally, there is another 9-inch screen that works as a gauge cluster and offers simplistic but very elegant readouts. The list of standard equipment will also include navigation, Bluetooth, and 4 USB ports, while the premium 25-speaker Bowers & Wilkins stereo system will be one of many available upgrades. The panoramic glass roof and LED interior lighting will also be part of the standard equipment, while the seating capacity will be for 5. Despite featuring the same wheelbase as the EX90, the Polestar will be focused on ultimate comfort rather than practicality. Speaking of practicality, the cargo area won't be particularly generous, with the max capacity of 17.1 cubic feet behind the second row and nearly 50 cubic feet of the total cargo volume. Oh, and we almost forgot that additional 1.1 cubic feet of space at the front. From what you have heard so far, you can easily conclude that the goal of Polestar 3 designers never wanted to stand out with some super long range or some supersonic acceleration. No, this SUV will come as a complete package advanced in every aspect. We already talked about advanced tech solutions like adaptive air suspension, but the real thing will start with the aspect that has always been the main thing about Swedish car maker safety. 5 radar modules, 5 cameras, and 12 external ultrasonic sensors. All of them will be installed for the same purpose, to ensure seamless operation of the most advanced safety and driver assistance features. What's even more impressive is that this doesn't refer only to the currently available systems, such as automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, or adaptive cruise control. No, these pieces of hardware will be compatible with all software updates and will be used for new systems that will be coming in the future. New radar sensors will be installed inside the cabin as well to detect subtle movement. In practice, this will prevent kids and pets from being left in the car accidentally and similar things. Finally, let's not forget the luminal LiDAR system, which provides a 3D understanding of the environment and will be able to accept all future achievements in terms of autonomous driving. As mentioned, The 3 will be the first Polestar model produced in the United States. Besides China, the production will also take place in Volvo's new plant in South Carolina, and we expect it to start sometime in the first half of 2024. The company already announced the price, and the base dual-motor version is expected to go around $85,300. The more powerful version with the performance pack will cost $91,300. What do you think about the Polestar 3? Does it look exclusive enough to be considered more than just an upgraded Volvo? Can it stand out with its mix of respectable performance and high-end tech features? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.